Cardio and supplements are absolutely not the key to fat loss. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would chat with you guys a little bit about this today. Keep in mind the context. People do notice a little bit of loose skin I have. There is my evidence that I know how to lose fat. I have lost over 100 pounds of body fat previously. Okay, I'm 47 years old now. So when these topics come up, we see everyone who's like, well, I need to take all these supplements for weight loss, or I'm going to do tons and tons of cardio. And we need to keep in mind, we see coaches and even bodybuilding prep coaches, bikini prep coaches, everyone's saying this. And then, a lot of normal mainstream experts all say, look, cardio is actually kind of overrated for fat loss. I'm not saying it's useless, but the time commitment that you have to put in is enormous if you want to use that as a real fat loss tool. I'm not saying doing some walking and being more active isn't helpful, but generally speaking, if you're talking about burning large amounts of calories, unless you're a serious athlete, you probably don't have the conditioning level to burn huge amounts of calories doing any sort of real intensity for cardio. You just don't, okay? And most people are not going to live a lifestyle conducive to that, all right? That's one thing to factor in. Number two, if you're going to do it through lower intensity cardio, you're going to invest hours every day to eat that one extra sandwich. Okay, so you need to be aware of that. If that is the route you're going, you can, if you are not a conditioned athlete with a lot of muscle, you can very easily out-eat your cardio. Okay. It is possible for someone with a high appetite to do 3, 4, 5 hours of cardio every day and still gain weight. It can absolutely be done. I've seen it done. So again, this is not your key. Can cardio be a useful tool for calorie deficit? Yes. What about supplements? Pretty much useless. Explain how this works. I talk a lot about how supplements are by and large a scam, but let's talk specifically about fat loss, help with weight loss. Only one supplement in my lifetime that I recall really did well and showed significant fat loss, meaning multiple pounds. Like, in other words, people literally lost 3 to 5 pounds of extra body fat over several months by taking it. Okay, that's massive. All right? It was called ephedra. And when a big study showed that it did that, the government made it illegal 6 months later in the U.S. They pulled it off the shelves. It became illegal. And anything capable of giving you serious fat loss benefits is going to be a drug of some type or a research chemical. And it's going to have a lot of side effects. And let's come over to the points. One thing, if you're a lean, fit athlete using something like that to help you get shredded that last little bit, and I'm not saying you should, but that's one thing. Another thing completely, it's a whole other ball game when you're an obese person taking something like that. It's going to jack your heart rate up. Okay, so be aware of that. It's very high risk potentially. Anything that can really do that. But the stuff you guys are buying is not going to help. Supplements are not going to help you lose body fat. I don't care if people say, well, maybe if it helps with a vitamin deficiency. Yeah, what vitamin deficiency is it helping with? Can you be very specific? And here's the point. If you know enough about nutrition to figure out what you're deficient in and find a vitamin that actually works and helping with that, you already have the knowledge. You already have enough nutrition knowledge to lose 50 pounds anyways. Why are you wasting your time with this? If you're at that level, but you probably aren't, and taking random vitamins and random supplements is not going to help. In some cases, it can hurt. It's wasting your money. Add more fruits and vegetables to your diet if you're worried about deficiencies. Problem solved. Okay? Because guess what? That fixes the real issue. It's diet. It's diet. That's it. It's not because people are necessarily more sedentary. I don't buy that. That's a complete nonsense cop-out. I feel like that should be its own video. Because sedentary people who get obese have enormously high metabolisms. Okay? It's still just diet. Diet is the problem. So how do you actually lose weight? You should strength train and you should get your diet under control. You need to increase your protein, increase your fiber. You need to create a calorie deficit. And again, people say, oh, I hate it when people say just create a calorie deficit, because it doesn't tell them how to do it. That's true. I'm going to tell you how to do it. Increase your protein, increase your fiber in your diet. Eat less junk food. Now it's easier to create a deficit. Much, much, much easier. Quit drinking liquid calories. Quit adding fat to things. Quit adding butter. Quit adding oil. I'm trying to lose weight, but this oil is healthy, so I'm going to add 600 calories of it to my diet every day. Well, I guess you're going to need to go do that extra 3 hours of cardio then, since you feel that you need to add that 600 calories of quote-unquote healthy oil. That's what you're going to have. You have to go burn it off. Those health benefits don't eliminate the fat calories. Minor point people forget. You can eat tons of healthy food and still get up to 400 pounds. It can be done. All right. Back over to the point though. This is how you create a deficit. Quit eating hyper-palatable stuff that's easy to get too many calories in. Get more fiber. Get your protein high. Get your protein up. Strength train. Strength train. And it doesn't need to be a lot, but it will help you in the long term. This is how you get your metabolic rate up. This is how you preserve muscle tissue. It keeps you from regaining all the weight easier. Too many people lose too much muscle while dieting instead of gaining muscle, and then they just burn less calories forever, and it becomes much, much harder to maintain. If you gain some muscle during your weight loss, it will be much easier to sustain it. And it's very simple. Again, your energy turnover is higher. Your metabolic rate is higher. Okay? Because the first thing that's going to happen for people when they lose a bunch of body fat, their metabolism goes down. Not because of hormones, but because they lost tissue. Fat burns calories. Muscle burns more calories though. So gain a little bit of muscle and it will help offset that. So I mean, really, these are the keys. These are the things that work. But people need to really lose this idea that unless they're going to make a serious, truly committed effort to it, like a lifestyle effort, you're not going to do enough cardio to really lose the weight that you want to lose. It's probably not going to happen. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying I don't know extreme people who do it, but I can tell you there's statistical outliers. They love running and they love strength training. I know people like that who eat junk food. But, they're also my size, lean, have enormously big lifts, enormously big muscles, and they run for hours every single day, day in and day out, and they love running. Okay, those are the people who out-exercise a bad diet. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.